You know that feeling, right? You're at the checkout or maybe trying to buy a new phone, and it feels like everyone's speaking a different language. Well, today, we're going to crack that code. We're going to demystify the jargon you hear every single day, so that by the end of this, you'll be shopping smarter, not harder. So here's our game plan. We'll start at the grocery store, then we'll untangle the messy world of phone plans, translate some techie computer specs, and finally, we'll talk about how all this knowledge puts the power right back where it belongs, with you.
Okay, let's kick things off in a place we all know well, the checkout lane. Just a few key words here can make all the difference.
We've all been there. You're in a rush, you jump in a line, and then you hear this. It's a pretty simple rule, but that word express is what it's all about. It means one thing: speed.
So what express really means here is efficiency. It's kind of like an unspoken agreement, you know? If you've only got a few things, you use this lane and everything moves a whole lot faster for everybody. It's all about saving time.
All right, your stuff is scanned, and then comes the age-old question: paper or plastic? This one's pretty simple. The cashier just wants to know what kind of bag you want to use to carry your groceries home. Now, let's say you've brought some coupons to shave a few bucks off your bill. A coupon is basically just a ticket for a discount. But, and this is a big but, just having the coupon isn't always enough. There's one little detail you've absolutely got to check. And that detail is the expiration date. If your coupon is expired, it just means the deal is over and, well, you can't use it anymore. It's always a good idea to glance at those dates before you even get in line. And finally, right as you go to pay, you might hear, "Would you like any cash back?" This is just a super handy way to grab some cash without making a separate trip to the ATM. They just add it to your total and the cashier hands you the money. Easy as that. Okay, checkout lane conquered. Now, let's level up. We're diving into an area where the language gets way more confusing, and frankly, the stakes are a lot higher. Picking a phone plan. When you're looking at a phone plan, one of the first big choices you'll have to make is between prepaid and a monthly plan. With prepaid, it's simple. You pay before you use the service. With a monthly plan, you use it first and then they send you a bill. So, picture this. A salesperson hits you with an amazing deal. A free phone, unlimited everything, for a super low price. It sounds almost too good to be true, right? Well, this is the moment for the single most important question you can ask. What's the catch? So what is the catch? It's the hidden part, the fine print. It could be that you're locked into a 2-year contract, or there are huge fees if you cancel. Asking about it is your way of saying, tell me the whole story. Now, on the flip side, a feature you might actually want to look for is a rollover plan. All this means is that if you don't use up all your data one month, you don't lose it. It just rolls over to the next month. It's a great way to make sure you're getting everything you paid for. And this is where that great-sounding $40 plan can suddenly get a lot more expensive. These are the hidden fees. They might hit you with a one-time activation fee just for starting, plus all these other little monthly charges that were never in the big headline. You should always ask for the final out-the-door price. All right, for our final stop, we're heading to the electronics store to look at computers. And if you thought phone plans were confusing, the tech jargon here can feel like a totally different language. You might hear a salesperson say something like, "Oh, your 3-year-old laptop is pretty much obsolete." Look, that's just a fancy word for outdated. It just means technology has moved on and there are much faster, better models out now. Now, when they start talking about specs, you're definitely going to hear about the processor. The simplest way to think about it is this. The processor is the computer's brain. The faster the processor, the faster the computer can think and get things done. And what about storage space? Here's an easy way to remember it. Think of megabytes for storing photos, gigabytes for storing movies, and terabytes for storing, well, your entire collection of movies. It's really that simple. More bytes just means more space for your files. Oh, you are absolutely going to hear this one. The salesperson will point to a slick, shiny new machine and say, "This one right here is top of the line." It's a classic line, but what does it actually mean for you? Top of the line basically means it's the best, fastest, and, you guessed it, most expensive model they've got. The real question you need to ask yourself is, do I really need all of those bells and whistles? Sometimes the model right below it is perfect for what you need and costs a whole lot less. And finally, here's a word you hope you don't experience: freeze. This is when your computer just stops. The screen is stuck, the mouse doesn't work, nothing. And usually, the only thing you can do is shut it all down and start over.
So, from the grocery store to gigabytes, we've seen how a few specific words can really shape our decisions. Now, let's bring it all home and talk about how you can use this language as your new consumer superpower.
So here it is. This is your new strategy. It's not about being a tech genius. It's about being a confident shopper. It all starts with asking, what's the catch? It's about demanding to know every single fee up front. When you understand these basic terms, you control the conversation. This knowledge is your power.
And that really brings us to the main point. The next time you're looking at a contract or listening to a sales pitch, just remember, you know the code now. You know what these words mean. And simply knowing what to ask changes everything. You're not just listening anymore. You're leading the conversation.